Okay, so different modes of transport. This is a common question we get quite a lot. So you truckload. Going to hold up to 26 pallets on the floor. Those are standard size pallets. If you can double stack, you can get up to 52. Max weight averages out between 43,500 and 44,000 pounds. Quotes for these a lot of times can be affected by market trends. If it's produce season in a given area, all these things can affect the rates. And then as far as transit time is usually fairly good. Your only delays typically would involve breakdowns or weather delays. Those are usually the two biggest common factors for delays in the truckload market. Next step down would be your volume shipments. These are going to be your 6 pallets or more, usually over 45,000 pounds. It'll take up between 12 and 32 linear feet. These are usually almost always a spot quote with the LTL carrier. They range, we have some carriers they're good for 3 days, some up to a week. So it just kind of varies on the carrier. And then these can incur delays at the different break bulk locations for the LTL carriers as they move through their system. They're usually at a lower priority than their LTL shipments. Then lastly, you have your LTL shipments. These are your 1 to 5 pallets under 5,000 pounds. These are set on negotiated rates with the LTL carriers. As long as we have the pickup in by a certain time, generally speaking, it can be made the same day. Transit time and delays transit time will depend on obviously the distance involved, and delays could be anything from weather to terminal delays. Now, there's not a hard fast line between any of these three categories. It's a very gray area. Sometimes we can still get LTL pricing on shipments over 5 pallets, and sometimes you can ship 10, 15 pallets truckload at the same price it would cost for a volume shipment. So it's kind of a gray area between them. We're always happy to sit down and look at each scenario and see which one is the best fit for that particular shipment that would best serve you.
When it comes to delays, would you say that like a dedicated truckload, you'd be less likely to have a delay if you were moving LTL freight?
Yes, you would have less delays.
So if you've got something hot and you've only got, let's say, 4 pallets, would I ask for a dedicated truckload in that case?
We could do that. On the LTL side, you can get guaranteed deliveries. So that is one thing we can look at. Several of the LTL carriers will offer a guaranteed delivery. The tricky side of that is not always a guaranteed pickup. So yes, a lot of times you may be better for the dedicated option, but we can always price it out and get the LTL carriers guaranteed by 5, by 3. Several of them have several different options, so we can take a look at them and see which is best.
Is there a difference between a dedicated truck or guaranteed LTL and a hot shot shipment?
Your hot shot shipment would kind of fall under the same category as your truckloads since it's dedicated and you're not mixing anybody else's freight with it.
Okay.